you so much, sir, for joining me to the ALEX India Summit. You might have gone to some of the expo. Does such kind of summit catalyze the process of e-initiative at different level of governance?
It definitely helps to get the practitioners and practitioners to come together, share their experiences, and also be able to actually take a look at what has been successful, which is showcased by many of the states and organizations. For instance, the Me Seva initiative, which is being showcased by Government of Andhra Pradesh, uh, you can't actually implement it just by hearing about it. You have to go closer, you have to understand, you have to see what it looks like, you have to see what it delivers.
Right, sir.
So then you get enthused to sort of take up something like that.
So you're looking after the health department, you have been to different departments, also on the central deputation. How has been the experience so far as an IS officer?
My experience has been very good both in the state and the center. At the state level, I have worked in the field, led a total literacy campaign with the tremendous involvement of the community. I have worked as a collector, looked at large number of issues in under one umbrella. Worked as secretary IT for a significant length of time. Set up an institution, triple IT, etc. At the center, I have worked most recently as president and CEO of the National E-Governance Division in Department of IT. So it's been a very rewarding experience. Actually, whether you are at the state or center, you do get a fair amount of opportunity to plan your initiatives, and then I think also be able to see them get rolled out and succeed.
So you talk about the e-governance, you have worked on such project in the past. When you looked at our country, not only Hyderabad, how do you look at it? Have you been able to successfully implement or get the benefit of e-governance, or do we need to really do more?
I think we have experimented a lot. We have a large number of things that have worked well. They have worked well at in a municipality, or they have worked well in a state, sometimes a small state or big state. So we have a very quite a large number of small successes. The challenge today is to make them big successes. The challenge is to spread the footprint. So there are very few projects which have a nationwide footprint. So we are, I think, from Government of India, when we were looking at the progress in e-governance, we felt that major challenge is to pick up something that has been successful, to give it the kind of depth and breadth and support which can help it spread nationwide, and then enthuse and support the people in various states to actually take it into implementation.
Right.
So
You are here in Andhra Pradesh government as a principal secretary, Department of Health. How has been the initiative? Like the major programs in all the sector of the government is raising enrollment, reaching to the bottom line, which is really required. Services are good in the metropolitan cities, in the towns, but to the rural area, still we need to really work on. Especially when you talk about the Andhra Pradesh, how has been your successes on those fronts?
actually, Andhra Pradesh has taken up ICT initiatives in a number of areas. Some of our initiatives are very well known. 108, the emergency, basically emergency transportation for medical care, originated here, and now it has spread to about 12 states in the country. 104 HMRI, which is services delivered at the doorsteps of the people with well-equipped mobile vans. That also has taken shape here. We are continuing with that. That's called a 104 service. That also has spread to some other states now. Arogya Shri is the health insurance initiative under which 83% of the population of Andhra Pradesh is currently covered. And right now we are working on models where the entire population would actually get covered under the health insurance scheme. 400 hospitals in some of them government hospitals, many of them are private hospitals, are all working together in delivering the services under this with an excellent network, tremendous flow of information including diagnostics, maintenance of the electronic health record, electronic medical record, possibility of taking a second opinion or getting specialized scrutiny of your case before you go ahead with a major procedure. So, all of those are in place. In the rural side, we have also experimented with a few systems. So, we have achieved in many areas we have significant progress. For instance, institutional deliveries, we have 93% of the deliveries in Andhra Pradesh happening in health institutions, either public health institutions or private ones. In some of the ratios, the maternal mortality ratio has steadily come down, infant mortality rate has steadily come down. The total fertility rate, you will be surprised to know that in Andhra Pradesh it is 1.8, which is below replacement level today. So, normally the replacement level is 2 or a little above 2. So, today the total fertility rate in Andhra Pradesh is 1.8 because of the work that has been done, because people have come forward to accept a good number of health services. But there are 3 areas where we still feel that we need to do much more. Health and nutrition actually are sort of very closely related to each other. We have a weak status on nutrition. 56% of our pregnant women are anemic. 37% of our under 3 children are underweight, and then we have low birth weight, where there is a significantly low birth weight at the time of birth. About 1/5 of the children have that issue. As a result, the infant mortality still remains high. We have made a lot of progress, but today it is at 43 per 1000 live births, whereas the benchmark in developed countries is something like 5. And this, when it translates into the number of infants we lose, it comes to a very large number. It is about 60,000 infants every year. So, in these areas there is also a lot of potential of applying ICT. First of all, bringing in processes which are simplified and improving the service delivery, stimulating demand so that people actually come forward and take those services, and use of ICT so that each and every case where a person, a pregnant woman or a lactating mother or an infant requires a particular service, it does not go by default. It is not as if it is a hit or a miss. Each and every case we must have an ICT system which tracks it, which makes sure that each and every service delivery is a ticket which is raised. A service seeker is connected to the service provider, service delivery is monitored, the quality of service is monitored, and the health outcomes or overall outcomes are improved.
So, you talk about some of the challenges and some of the successes that you had. It has been the notion in our country that health and some other social sectors and social responsibility type of thing is a government work. but there have been some liberalization. The private parties are also coming in, but there had not been any substantial or too much of progress. Even after coming the private hospitals, PPP model is what government is trying to experiment with it. Where we are lacking on that front, because what is really happening, the best doctor of the government hospital, they are actually going there and giving the service. Why we are not able to do?
Actually, the entire ecosystem has to address this problem. It is not simply through action in the public health institutions that we will be able to achieve the best outcomes. So, unfortunately, the recent in Andhra Pradesh, we have a very large number of private hospitals and service providers, nursing homes at the district level, sub-district level also. Unfortunately, the the cost of healthcare has been going up. The amount that people spend out of pocket. So, out of pocket expenditure, whether it is people in the urban area or in the rural area, that is extremely high in India. In India, only about 1.2% or so is of the GDP is spent through public exchequer on health care systems, whereas people actually end up spending from their own pocket quite a significant sum. And especially in the remote areas or in the poorer areas which are not well served by public health apparatus, one major or serious episode of ill health can actually push a family back into poverty. So, it is extremely important for us not just to look at private sector, but also look at the overall ecosystem, also look at the cost, the access to various services, availability of each of the services at the time when it is required, and affordability of the services. All three have to be done together, and for that certain partnerships help. But strengthening the public health system, strengthening the data flow, I think is critical to achieving these outcomes.
Such a scenario, a point of care solution becomes also very important, because in the rural areas you may not be having a very big hospital, but we normally have in cities. In such a situation, probably the point of contact care and other thing can work. And whatever the government policy and plan is, like in NHRM and others, and some of the initiative the government will talk about, do you face any problem at implementation level?
There are still issues in implementation, especially at the last mile level. There are issues in their connectivity, not just ICT connectivity, also even simple road connectivity, and so access to services becomes an issue. Where we try to make use of ICT for data flow, still the data flow in a number of areas, the data flow is a month old or 2 months old, by which time it loses its its significance. So, we are I think there is a huge amount of work to be done using the spread of mobiles, leveraging the large number of personnel who are now working in this, including ASHAs who are there in every habitation. I think there is a huge opportunity of on one side improving service delivery, on the other side enthusing the community, building your credibility and enthusing people to actually come into public health institutions, also trying to effect a bit of a behavior change, because there are things like age at marriage, care of adolescent girls, care of pregnant women, which go a long way in improving the health outcomes, in which community itself has to take lead rather than the departments.
Exactly. So, most of the time there have been debate about the availability of the expert in the healthcare sector. For example, the doctors. We have limited number of schools, colleges, and university impart education to them. Even whosoever actually get out of that university, not necessarily that he is going to be serving in India or especially in a rural India. So in such a scenario, probably we are not able to provide the MBBS doctor everywhere. So how we can?
I have a slightly different point of view. First, as in ICT industry itself, India has a huge reservoir of human resources. So, to my mind, even doctors from India actually constitute a very large part of the health professionals who provide services in the US, in UK, in other countries, and there is plenty more who can actually come from that system. So, to my mind, exporting that kind of specialization is also not a bad thing for us or for the economy. We have been able to increase the number of medical colleges, give more opportunities for medical education. One area where we still have to sort of make lot more progress is the skills and use of paramedicals. Public health care delivery is in a where preventive care is involved, where some immunization, where some minor ailments are to be tackled. In the even in the developed countries, about 75–80% of that is actually done by competent paramedics. It is done by nurses, it is done by people who are equivalent to our ANMs, etc. So, that area I think we have to strengthen a lot more. We have today about 3,300 doctors in the covering about 1,700 PHCs, which is better than ever before. Earlier we had a problem of availability of doctors. Today we have doctors for almost every PHC. We have 2 doctors. For certain PHCs we have only 1 doctor, but we have the availability of doctors. But the care is not just to be provided by the doctor. A lot of care has to be provided by staff nurses, by ANMs, and then some outreach and awareness and ensuring that the connection is made between available service and service actually to be delivered. That has to be done by Ashas who are there actually residing in the in that level.
Thank you so much for your time. It's been wonderful talking to you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you.